Hey guys, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to paint this vintage rose. Compared to the roses that I've been drawing, this one is quite simplified as it doesn't show all of the petals from the center and it's just the side view of the rose. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. For this tutorial, I'll be using the Sublime Watercolor pack and the new canvas that I will link below in the description box. As usual, I've drawn a sketch so you guys can download it and insert it like this. And we're just going to bring down the opacity just a bit so that we see less of the pencil lines. And then I'll make a new layer so that we can start to color. First, let's just get ourselves a color. We can pick this pink right here. And we're going to be using the soft edge round brush for the majority of this tutorial. We're going to be actually using two brushes for the entire tutorial. And I'm just going to start coloring the rosebud. And it's going to be all on one layer, so you don't have to worry about making multiple layers for each petal. So it is a lot more simplified. So let's just fill everything in. It's a bit like a coloring exercise. Once the first layer is colored, you can color over the rose again along the areas that will most likely have darkness or shadows. I'm using the same color right now and just going over areas that will have some shadows. And then you can just blur out the edges by using the basic blender. And here I'm using a slightly darker pink to go over the bottom of the rose. And you can gradually build up the color as you add these shadows. This method is quite similar to real watercolor because when you would like to intensify the color in one area, you just keep on adding more paint on top to create a shadow or a three-dimensional effect. This canvas that I'm working on today was developed very carefully using real watercolor paper. I've scanned it and worked on it for a while and adjusted the color profile to make the artwork have this vintage look. So it is a bit different from the ones that are already out there. So as you can see, you layer on paint strokes, blend, and then repeat. Next, let's make a new layer and make that a clipping mask. And we'll finally use the other brush, and it's a stamp. We'll be using bloom number 1, and I'll just tap on the bottom of the rosebud with a dark pink, and I'm zooming out to see how it looks like. I'm actually going to go back to the color layer and add more color to it because it looks a bit empty, so I'm going to grab the soft edge round brush again and add some strokes. So that is our rosebud. Now we're going to color the stem. So we're going to make a new layer, and let's grab one of these greens. I'm grabbing a brownish green, and the color palette shows you a variety right there, so feel free to grab any color. And we're going to use the soft edge round brush again and color the entire stem on one layer. So just like how we've colored the rosebud, we're going to use the exact same method. So it's really easy, just coloring and then layering on top to intensify the shadows and the areas that are going to have a little bit of darkness. So the first layer is done now, and so obviously we're just going to smooth out these overlaps using the basic blender. I'll just show it to you guys just in case. And I'll just draw in some lines as well. Next, I'm going to make a new layer and make that a clipping mask. This is for the stamps. I'll be using bloom number 1 again. And just like the rosebud, I'm going to use the stamp on the edges of these leaves. Well, I think these are stems, right? I don't know, they're stems? Anyways, I'll be using them to decorate the leaves like this. So this stamp can create watermarks that you can see on these leaves right here. At this point, I would say that this rose is finished, and I'm going to show you how I paint the bigger rose on the right side, and it's going to be a time lapse as I'm using the exact same methods. Nowadays, we live in a instant gratification society where we like to see things happen very quickly, and even with digital art, we like to see results very quickly. So to make the drawing process a lot more enjoyable and not so tedious, I decided to draw a simplified rose for you guys. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful and time efficient. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.